Hey, what's up? I am doing fight night. Just because I wasn't talking about it doesn't mean I wasn't watching. This it was I'm gonna go on a ledge and say that, you know what, it was better than this season's Ghost. Sorry, but if we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be all the way honest. The reason I didn't record it is because it started late and it caught me by surprise. So I binged watched it maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and then I was just like, it's like Lay's. I just used to do it. But I am doing a recap based on the last episode because we do got to talk about it. And right now, Power took a break and they left us for dead. So fight night, here it is. Like I said, even though I ain't talk about it, it was a good show. Anybody could get it at any time. Bodies falling all over the place. In one instance, you don't like them. Then now you like them. And then when you like them, they're off the screen. It was very emotional. It had everybody in it. I mean, I'm not going to say everybody, but they had a lot of our favorite people in it. No Lorenzo Tate, but you get my drift. You dig? So you got Cadillac talking about he's going to take out Frank. And then the scene cuts and he's eating lunch with the guy. I'm like, really? We are trifling in this house, of course. All of a sudden, Cadillac gets a call from Emerson. Now, Cadillac had sent Emerson to take out all the guys that committed the robbery so that there was no loose ends. So Frank is sitting there. Cadillac gets like jittery and jumpy. Frank starts watching him, but he's still talking because Cadillac is jittery as hell and Frank do nothing but read bodies and read people all day long. Tell him, I ain't become the boss by doing nothing. Meanwhile, it's Chicken on the other end talking about, your boy Emerson. Yeah, he did not make it. You sent him to do whatever he was supposed to do. But we're going to meet in person. So now Cadillac is nervous as hell because he knows that Chicken, and he's wondering who else knows he was behind robbing all of the lucrative dealers from all over. So Cadillac gets to the restaurant and he is cursing up a storm. Mind you, he's loud. It's so loud the old lady had to say, can you shut the F up, please? And Cadillac was like, oh, I'm sorry. He's so pissed off. He puts a knife to Chicken and he's like, listen, what's going on? As well as he's patting him down at the same time. And Cadillac actually admits to it all. And they're like, you know what? We're going to blame it on Emerson and we're good. Meanwhile, Chicken got everything recorded. And you got the cop, which I forgot his name. We'll just call him Black Cop. I should know his name by now after all these episodes. Now it's hilarious because officers walk in and you got Chicken hiding his face. Now he's hiding his face because technically he's wanted. So Cadillac looks at him, starts laughing, and just snatches the newspaper from Kevin's face. I thought that was hilarious. However, jokes on Cadillac because everybody was down with the get down and everybody was listening on their conversation to Cadillac confessing. Now, they put Cadillac in the cop car with Willie Black because Willie Black was there the whole time. And I'm surprised Willie Black went rogue and he flipped. But I guess he flipped because Cadillac was about to take him out. So he's like, listen, if I'm going down, I could take him down with me, shave off some time. However, Cadillac and Willie sitting in the car, Willie gets taken out in 2 seconds by none other than Cadillac's boy. So now they take Chicken Man, played by Kevin Hart, and they're like, we gonna go dig this dude a hole and put him in there. Meanwhile, the cop lost his now newfound friend, Chicken Man, who he actually is so fond of now. So he's like, I gotta get this guy back alive. So he calls Frank and he's like, listen, we gotta get Chicken Man. I'll tell you who was behind this whole mess. You ain't gonna believe this. So Frank is in on it now. He's riding with the cop. And I'm just like, this is so weird. Now, the funny thing is that this is a real story. So when I'm sitting here like, wow, people just flipping and working and, y'all be in the streets talking about, oh, snitch this, snitch that. But anyway, we gonna keep going. And then you got Taraji. I forgot her name in the show. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Taraji, the dancer, the stripper. I remember her name. It's Vivian. She's driving. She's tired of the cop and Frank going back and forth, trying to see whose balls is bigger. So they come together with a plan on one accord. They get there, and Cadillac, he don't want nobody to hear nothing that Chicken Man or the cop has to say, because he realized that he's in deep water because he tried to get all of the gangsters robbed. So he's trying to end this as quick as possible without these ninjas getting a word in. However, his plan fails. By the way, Frank makes Chicken Man have a confession. Now, in the confession, I was just like, what? Chicken Man said, well, when he came to Vivian, he said he took her heart and sold it for $1. I was like, oof, that just sounds messed up. I was like, and the fact that he knew that she was in love with him and would do everything for him, and he didn't care. I'm just saying, Cadillac ends up getting arrested. They had enough to put his behind in jail. Now, at the end, Chicken Man becomes a pastor. And I was like, you know what? The hustlers, they make the best pastors. If you don't believe me, ask Malcolm X. I'm just saying, they got a lot of charisma, experience enough to know don't judge people, and enough charisma to keep you behind listening in the front seat. I'm just saying, experience has a funny way of doing that. And then at the end, you realize, oh my God, it is based off a true story. And yes, Chicken Man did become a pastor. I also heard that could be a second hustle too for pimps. A lot of them went to being pastors. But nah, what I said about Malcolm X, that is true. I said what I said because that's why he was the best. He always had that gift of gab, and he was amazing. Whatever he was passionate about is the way he could spin a story. And he was so smart. I'm sorry. We really will get off the wrong page if I start speaking about that. And I like that they remained friends. Chicken Man and Frank. And Frank, yes, Buckhead, Atlanta. He had a big part in building that community. He had a dream really big. I mean, I liked it. Tell me what y'all thought about it. I mean, you know how we do. We talk down below. And thank you guys.